aware of the time, I'm going to give you, a few of you have asked, how do I know if my horse is braced? And I think the reason that we have this question, well, I mean, there's lots of good reasons for the question, but often when we slow the horse down, it can look as if we're restricting the movement. So the way in which we slow the horse down should never feel restrictive, but because the horse is moving less, it can look as if the horse is being held or the horse is bracing. So I want to just show you how we can, what it looks like, the difference between a horse that is braced in the muscles and a horse that is not braced. So I'm going to show you a video, and one of the best ways of telling is how they respond when we release the reins to a stretch. So I'm just going to watch these videos side by side. So the one on the left here shows Jasper when he was braced, and the one on the right shows him when he was unbraced. So note how they respond as I release them into stretch here. Okay, so I've just taken some screenshots here so that we can see what we're looking at. So when a horse is braced in the body or the neck, what you'll see is things like a bulge in the underneck, an upside down appearance to the neck, a facial expression where the nostrils are drawn back, the ears are back, and the eyes look a little bit worried. You can see in Jasper's case, there's some crookedness here where the nose is slightly tilted to one side. You won't always see that, but that's an indication of bracing. If I were to feel his neck, this part of the neck would feel hard. So if you look here this is the same phase of the walk. So this is the phase where the horse has has most of the weight over the front end because 2 front feet are on the ground and 1 hind. So this is the part of the walk which is least flattering because the horse appears downhill in this part. But that's why I've used the same phase to compare. But if we look at the unbraced picture, you can see how the neck appears rounder on the top. It's softer under the neck here. If I touch the neck, there are no lumps and bumps. The face looks happier in general. And the general appearance of the horse looks a bit more coordinated and softer. Now, if we go into the stretch, so when I released Jasper into the stretch here, when he was braced, he lowered his head, but he didn't open the nose. So this is a really good indication. So this joint here is fixed and it's not able to open and close. And this is absolutely paramount. So in my teaching, I always focus on the transitions between collect and stretch, because when the horse makes that transition, they must open the nose into the stretch, which shows that this pole is mobile and that the neck is not braced. So here his neck is braced, which means that he can lower it here, but he can't release these muscles here. Here on the right, the pole is no longer braced, the neck is no longer braced. So when I release him, he draws the nose forward and he opens this triangle shape under the neck. So this is a really good indication that will let you know whether your horse is braced or not. And even though it might have been quite hard to see the difference in the slow walks, you can see that the 2 walks were different. So the unbraced walk felt smoother as well, but you can see that they're different by how the horse reacts when you release the reins into a stretch.